This is the third battle of LCQ on Clog Con I played, and this time I faced Skorne with Makeda2, and that army was led by Johan. So I played Skorne a couple of times, and I always used or mostly used Stryker because he has ways to deal with heavy armor and troop spam both that Skorne can put out, and I chose Stryker2 for this battle as well. I have never played Makeda2 before, so I just in general knew that she's got some recursion mechanics available, or possibility to keep her troops alive, but I actually wasn't prepared for that what happened. I knew that I will be out-threatened by the cats, so this would be probably I would not get alpha, so I was preparing to take some losses at the beginning, and then hopefully my retaliation would be more heavy than his attack. So we explain each other's armies before the game, and after this we can start deploying. So my opponent starts deploying his forces. I don't remember who won the die roll for beginning, but he is starting and I will go second, and I am hoping that maybe I can clear the zone on the second turn to start scoring early. I don't think I will risk going with Stryker to the one of the flags because he can die easily up there. So clearing the zone and killing his objective would be a solution, but it will be largely dependent on what my opponent does. So we shake hands, and my opponent starts his turn. So everything pushes forward pretty heavily. The Ferox have speed 8, so unassisted they can run 16 inches, so he can get whenever he wants. He just wants to stay out of my threat range of my cavalry. So my cavalry has a threat range of 13 inches, and the Ferox, they have threat range with Makeda 16 inches, so 8 movement plus 1 speed from her from dash, and then jump of 5 inches and 2 inches, so it's 16 inches, so he out-threats me by 3 inches. So I really don't have any choice but to be in range of his alpha and try to make scenario pressure, so the alpha will not be too painful. We'll see how it goes. So I run my stuff up. Now we are pretty close. I hope that the Ferox will not kill my jacks. I think he will need heavies, because although Ferox have a very long threat range, it's still only about 12 they have. Even with the pounce or charge, if it's boosted, their charge range is 14 inches and their pounce range is 16 inches. So both ways they out-threaten me anyway. But important thing I want to do is to deny them jumping to my back arcs. So at least the only if I lose then only the front row
on not all of my army. So I spread out the second cavalry unit, so there are no obvious landing spots, and I check it with the proxy base, so he can land anywhere. So in his round, he has to make a choice if he wants to try and make his alpha strike now and commit his forces, or does he want to play it slowly and start some trading with my cavalry. The issue he has, the Ferox are outstanding cavalry. The only problem they have, in my opinion, is they have math of 6. So my cavalry of defense 13, sorry, they hit on 7s. But of course the charge rules help them a lot, because then they get a boosted attack. So he decides to play it slowly. He pushes forward one unit and jumps me with his cats and leaves some of them behind. 2 of them make attacks against my cavalry. But I'm lucky enough that my guys leave. The front cavalry, they have arcane shield on them, so they are against melee attacks, they are armor 20, so it's dice -8 on the Ferox, so it's not so easy for them to chew through my armor. Maybe that was also one of the decisions why my opponent decided not to make a alpha strike against my units. When we talked about it after the game, we both thought that was a wrong thing to do. I was afraid his alpha strike would take too many of my cavalry for my forces to matter, and so one of the cavalry guys, Ferox, killed my cavalry model, and then they repositioned. So it's not a bad turn for me. I only lost one cavalry model, and this is something I can live with. So now I'm jammed a bit or a lot, and I need to unjump myself from the 3 models or 4 models that are in front of my army, and this will be quite problematic, as you'll see, because of the stay dead ability that Makeda has, but I will try it anyway, because I have no choice. And this will be also my 5th turn, because I need to make as good alpha as I can during this round. So clear the jam, charge in, do as much damage as possible, then reposition, and then make another move and another strike. We'll see how much damage I can burn. So Stryker activates and feeds and advances to attack the Ferox, and he hits him and would kill him, but Makeda used stay death on him, so he survived. So I need to go in with my heavy, or Rowdy will go in and try to kill some Ferox, some cats. So I have made a nice number counter on the right corner here. This is how many times that one guy will die. So now I will have to try to kill him with O'Reilly. So right now Stryker killed that Ferox Rider once, and O'Reilly goes in. He's full on focus. With first initial he hits the Ferox on the left and he kills him outright. He did not tough, and then I start pounding the Ferox Rider on the right side, and Makeda keeps on keeping him alive. So Rowdy hits him repeatedly, and Makeda stays deaf him a few times, and he taps once. So right now he's worth of five lives. This means I actually could have killed a 20-point unit of Ferox right now and then, but instead I did not kill even one Ferox that is blocking me. So now I have to figure out what I will do. As you notice, the counter just jumped to 6. It's because Junior shot him at the Ferox again, boosted to hit, and damaged, and he tapped. So I have killed the guy 6 times and he's still there. So now I have no other choice than activate my lances that are in a back row. They will charge the jamming units, jamming models, and try to clear my way for the lances that are in front. This will create 2 waves of attacks that will hopefully do enough damage. So using proxy bases I need to figure out how to optimally place my models. Thanks to tactician from my Stormblade captain, I can go through my own cavalry, so this helps a lot. So my guys charge in. I do some impact damage, but no real damage goes from it. I skip assault shots because I need 6s to hit, and if I don't hit he can dodge away, and this will be problematic for me. So I rather go for sure kills with my charge attacks that are power 15 instead of unsure shots. So I start shooting from the left side, and I kill the guy on the left twice, but once he taps, and the other time Makeda saves him. And then on the right flank, on the 7th try, the one Ferox dies, and the Ferox behind him dies as well. And then I can reposition my models so they are ready for a feet move and feet attacks. So then I activate Runot. He gives Pathfinder to the other unit of Storm Lances, and he charges the ghost behind the wall. He passes the wall, so he hits him in a clear. He hits him, kills him, but Makeda saves him. So this is a lot of saving from Makeda. She stays on 0 right now, so no more saving. All the attacks I will do now will go in. So my Jack goes in. So when I charge one of the Ferox with my Ironclad, and he did not tough, so he dies. And unfortunately I don't have anyone in range for a second initial. So now it's time for my second unit of lances, and unfortunately the one guy on the right, he's knocked down, so he'll just run up, and the rest are still jammed by that one Ferox in front. so they will all charge him, and it's because Makeda cannot stay deaf anymore, so I can do some harm here. So that one guy goes down to the first attack, and they reposition. So in the back lines I have only a captain and a Ledermore, and they will both run up because they don't have a valid charge targets. So that's what they do. They run forward so they can use the feet move and attack, because all attacks I will do this round will not be stayed dead by Makeda. So O'Reilly goes in and hits the Dragoon, Ferox Dragoon, and dismounts him with one hit, and then Stormblade Captain also goes in and hits him in the back, killing him finally. And then my other Jack goes in, Ironclad, and missed. Then I continue advancing with my cavalry, rest of my guys. First I move one unit. I can make 3 out of 5 or out of 4 of them, 3 attacks out of 4 of them, and 2 of them hit, and I kill one of them. And the second unit goes, but only one is in range, and he manages to kill the one Ferox on the right. And then I just position the rest of my unit, and the turn goes to my opponent. And I forgot about the Ledermore, because why should she move? So now it's my opponent's time to retaliate. Thankfully, in my fifth turn I destroyed a lot of his forces, so his retaliation will not be very heavy. I will for sure lose a couple of models, but I will still have enough to continue on. So my opponent just rearranges his support a bit. Makeda has defeated this round, so this means all the attacks will be boosted, all the friendly models attacks will be boosted. So there are models going in, and my Stormblade Captain was killed. Then Kreia goes and shoots one of the cavalry models. He's paralyzed, I believe. So the pain giver beast handlers advance, and stay in the backline. So the heavy activates, and he will try to take out my Ironclad. It shouldn't be so difficult. He does damage hit after hit, and in the end Ironclad goes down. Then Void Spirit activates, and he charges one of my cavalries, and he takes him down, and then sprints away to the back of my other cavalry model. So and the Ferox move, they will do their attacks, and we'll see what will be left afterwards. So first cavalry is gone, and then my Runewood was killed, and then Leathermore received some damage, and the other cavalry also received some damage, but luckily no one died. And then it's my turn. So without a captain, it will be a bit more problematic now. But I still should be able to manage killing the remains. So I activate Stryker. He advances and kills the Void Spirit. He's one of few magic weapons I have. I charge my lances into his Ferox and infantry on the top. Unfortunately, Makeda can stay deaf again and again, so it will take longer than I was hoping. I think by now Makeda has saved 8 or 9 times the cat. This would mean 40 points of models that were saved. So pretty nasty ability. So I have a little success in killing the infantry on the right flank. I kill the standard bearer and then reposition. So the Firefly goes in for the Ferox. And he stays alive, unfortunately. So my second unit of lances needs to go, or first the Leathermore goes. And she kills on one Ferox and then tries to kill another one with the horse, but it didn't work out. So then my second unit of lances just advances and attacks. And I kill one Ferox on the left flank. And I did not manage to kill the second one on the right flank. Makeda stayed deaf him again. But I still have 4 rowdy and I'll see what I can do with him. So all rowdy kills the Ferox. And I think that's the turn. So unfortunately I had only 3 Ferox in a wave, but with stay deaf it counted as much more than this, than 3. And I did not manage to clear them, so Oraldi could go in for his heavy, for his despoiler. So this will be a bit problematic for me. Probably I will lose Oraldi right now. So he advances his support and beast handlers charging the cavalry. They do some damage but did not manage to kill any of them. So luckily for me, his most hardest hitting units are gone. The only thing left is his heavy and his light war beasts. I also have a heavy and a light warjack, but I have quite a few lances left. And my caster can also do a lot of work done himself, so I'm in a good spot right now, I think. So the despoiler advances and attacks O'Rowdy. O'Rowdy does a retaliatory strike. I don't remember if he's done any damage, but then O'Rowdy takes on a beating pretty hard. But the spoiler fails to kill him. So O'Rowdy survived on one box of Cortex. So he will only be useful probably as a positive charge target, because I don't have any repair in my list. So Kriya goes in and attacks my lance, but she missed. Then his solo killed my lance. That was in front of O'Rowdy, and that was his round. So I'm slowly thinking I should probably kill Makeda, because scenario was so jammed the whole time that I was not able to do anything to score any points. So Stryker will have to help some, and I need to get rid of the beast so he cannot transfer. So Stryker goes in and positive charges on Rowdy, and he overpowers with 1 dice for 1 damage and 1 power, so he's power 18. So this straight dice going into the spoiler, and Stryker, I left him on 2 trance or 2 focus just to be safe, and Firefly finished off the spoiler. Then O'Rowdy goes in and tries to hit the infantry in the back. I think they taffed, or Makeda stayed deaf on them. Then my cavalry goes and will try to finish them off. So I need to get rid of Kreia as well, so I can go after Makeda next round. So I'm charging in and attacking with my cavalry. And Makeda is out of transfers now. And both beasts are gone, so it's just Paingiver beast handlers that are left, and Makeda. So his round he doesn't have much to do, and I'm already thinking how that I need to get rid of Makeda. And maybe he made a mistake here, and that he did not retreat Makeda. But if he did, then he would be kill boxed, and I could clear the zone and kill the objective and score 3 points with 2 from a kill box. I would go for scenario angle in the end. But he jammed the zone and jammed my troops. and done some work, surprisingly. All route is gone, one of the cavalry models is gone. But I still have enough horses to go through with it. So Makeda retreats, but she's still in range of Stryker. So I need to clear the models on the way. I'm like 3 minutes on the clock, so Stryker velocities forward and overpowers with 2 dice, so he's in no risk of dying, and he one-shots Makeda. She did not have anywhere to transfer, so one hit was enough, and I was like 1:30 on the clock at that moment, so it was pretty close call and a very good game on my opponent's part. He made at the beginnings one mistake that probably cost him the game. Thank you for watching, I hope you liked it. If you would like to see more of the battles, subscribe to our YouTube channel or like the